10 years ago, a scrappy little game shook up the gaming industry, and that was the Stanley Parable. I can't believe it's been 10 years. But let's check out this masterpiece
is the story of
of
a
a
man
fourth
named
wall-breaking
Stanley.
game.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Ooh, I like that number.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Nice.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
He was the first
This is what
NPC
employee
streamer.
427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in. As though
Button
he had
pushing,
been
so
made
good.
Exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Oh, wasn't that sweet?
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Uh-oh.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Now, I just want to point out, these offices are supposed to look like soul-crushingly bad. This office right here, we would have killed for this office. I mean, most offices are way worse than this.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
gonna
Perhaps he
sneak.
had simply missed a memo.
What memo? Who's got a
No
memo?
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
All right, where are the co-workers? Username, access. Nope. All right. Hello? Anybody here? I'm gonna send emails from all your accounts. Oh wow, look at the different computers. I didn't realize. Look, there's like a 5 1/4 floppy and a 3 1/2 inch floppy on that guy. But then this guy's totally different. Is he just backward? Oh, there's another 5 1/4. Huh. Okay, so they've definitely got different models of computers. I never realized that before. I just never thought about it.
When Stanley came to a set of two
locked
open
the door?
doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do we want to obey or do we want to disobey? Well, let's face it. I want to disobey.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ooh, the employee lounge. Sounds fun. Let's peek in these windows, huh? I forget. Sometimes there's like little Easter eggs in the windows.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Yes,
It had really
indeedy.
been worth
Look
the
at that
detour
carpet.
after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Oh yes. Let's open up this window. Look outside. Come on. Get ourselves a drink. $1.25.
Yes, really worth it being here in the room.
What time's it?
Room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers
clock
have
actually works.
mysteriously
That's crazy.
vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Oh yeah. You know it. Sometimes if you just hang out for a long time, the narrator will get more and more
But eager
frustrated.
to get back to business, Stanley took the
Which is
first
fun.
open door on his left.
I can see down there. That's where you want me to go. But we're not going to do it.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for jumping off of the lift is 5,000. What if I don't jump off the lift? What if I jump off of right here? I've seen movies. Boxes will break my fall, right?
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
All right,
Good
so
job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I am very powerful. Take it. Right. Back to the beginning.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I got you, babe. Very Groundhog's Day. Gotta race back through here and try something else. Ooh, where is this? I don't remember this hallway. Oh, I guess
When
it's the
Stanley
same hallway.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Should I do it? No! We're still gonna go this way.
This
Let's
was
try
not
something
the correct
else.
way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh yeah, this time we're gonna speed through the employee lounge.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business,
try something
Stanley
else.
took the first open door on his left.
You know, I guess I should probably save to make it so that we don't have
Stanley
to
was so
rewalk
bad
and
at
stuff.
following directions, it's incredible he
So-
wasn't fired years ago.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna save right here. New save. There we go. Resume the game. So now I can load from here.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Ooh, who have I forgotten?
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
I do.
Are you that convinced that I want
Danger
something
everywhere.
bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
What if I'm colorblind?
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
I understood you.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
It's crazy the amount of
You
writing
see,
they had to do
There's
to
nothing here.
make
I haven't
all
even
these
finished
options.
building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Oh, so
Was
much.
it worth ruining the entire story I had
Indeed.
written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did.
Oh, there's
And
an
in the end,
narrator.
it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees?
those all sound good.
Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Yes, please.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before.
And look,
Go
it's
ahead, Stanley.
colorful.
Take it for a spin.
Well, thank you. I will.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices?
Oh,
Feel
so
free
much.
to be honest.
Yes.
I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
It was excellent.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something.
Yeah,
Where do
more
these
options,
flashes of
man.
inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door?
Yeah, you're psychic.
Well, it's instinct mostly.
I
A calling in your
agree.
gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul.
Makes sense.
You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this
Really?
one. Let's take a look.
Oh. Oh, look at this. World leaderboard. Oh, I'm going to make it to the top of the world leaderboard. Let's do it.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again,
Well, there was
honest
nobody
answers,
on
please.
the leaderboard.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing.
Let's do it.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Absolutely not. I'm your
Let me
beta
boot it
tester.
up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right.
'Kay.
And if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
All
I
right.
think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours.
All right, let's
so
do
why
it.
don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective?
I think I can
Be
do that.
sure to keep notes on your experience.
Let's just keep mashing him over there to the right. Oh, lovely sound. Both the baby and the button were both music to my ears. Just absolutely fantastic sounds. All right, let's see what happens when we burn him.
You heartless bastard.
Oh.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
Little column A, little column
I'm
B.
completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over.
Poor guy.
Thank you for playing.
He's had a
Your
rough
input
day.
was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game?
Nice.
Just to ease the pain.
What game is
Let's
that?
see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Okay, where are we going? Yay!
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired.
I love how much
Game
detail
I had
they put into this.
absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? I'll
I
say
have to
this.
check it
I'm
out.
done making things for
How much
you.
can I mine and
From
how much
now
can I
on,
craft?
I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here.
I want to
no,
build a house.
Here. And then...
Can I get in?
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to
There we
finish it
go,
all
perfect.
off... Yes.
Oh, let me in.
It's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy.
I do.
But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
But I want to build my own house. Come on, let me build my own house. I want to mine. I want to craft. I don't want you to mine and craft for me. Oh, boo. Fine. Oh, I can't go in. There we go.
Isn't it grand?
Oh,
Isn't
yes.
it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond.
Oh.
Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley.
Okay.
We have to go mining.
Hey, I'm free. Let's find some diamonds. Let's plummet down into the depths. Ah!
Oh, my. It looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
No. But I can dive into the depths.
No. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow.
No,
and
I gotta get
linear.
out of here.
Something that makes you
Don't let 'em
feel
trap
utterly
me.
irrelevant.
No.
This won't do at all. 1 out of
Dang it.
5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Oh, poor narrator. He's just trying to find purpose in life. And I'm not making it easy for him.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is.
I love it.
I love it.
I love this so
You,
much.
trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell
I love this so much. So good. Okay. Into the portal section of the game. Oh, Stanley Parable, I love you.
It's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
Indeed it is. Oops, except for I threw that instead of dropping it.
Genius.
Woo! We made it. First level done.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games. And I highly doubt you're any one.
Oh, where are we now? File cabinet. Ooh. Creepy little area. Whoa, I think I fell. Ooh. Which way? Well, not that way. Exploration. What can we find down here? Wish I had a flashlight. See, this was like the original back rooms. Take that. Oh, Stanley parable. Ooh. How about this way? No, I'm just backtracking. Where do I go? Mr. Narrator, help me. I apologize. I should have been more patient. Oh, there we go. There's a light. I did it myself. I don't need you. What do we find down here? Oh, they got the dome lights. Okay. Push all the buttons. I'm sure we won't break anything. All right. How do I get into that room? What just happened?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon.
Sounds ominous.
Very soon.
Very soon.
I can wait.
Am I just trapped here forever now? Do I have to literally escape? Oh, no. He's going to do it for me. I'm back. How am I back? It was all a dream. Clarence! Oh, Clarence!
All
I
of
want to
his
go
coworkers
home.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right, should we obey him this time? No. I got one more thing I want to do. We didn't even ride to the end of the lift.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Poor
and Stanley knew
narrator.
it perfectly well.
I'm just
Perhaps
such
he
a
wanted
difficult
to stop by
character.
the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Here we
The
go.
lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to
I
get
guess
back
I
to
did
business,
save, but-
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
That one? No! See, we still got more to do here,
Stanley
Mr.
was so
Narrator.
bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Who would have fired me? There's nobody here to fire
Look,
me.
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
That's a lot of
here.
boxes.
I'm not your enemy.
What's
really,
that up
I'm
there?
not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Really?
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
But
I'm not asking
I'm
for
a free
me.
agent.
I'm asking for her.
Who's her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Who is her?
She's been waiting.
Who is it?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
What if we do this?
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that
Yes.
wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly.
I can't help it. That's what I
didn't even
do.
know that was possible.
That's how I
Let me
roll.
double-check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone.
I can
He's
pick up the
taken
phone
to the
now.
apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
Aw.
Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible?
Let me
None
out.
of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices?
I don't know.
What did you...
Is
Wait
this
a
a
second.
choice?
Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Uh-oh.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation?
Just gonna hide in the
I won't
corner.
have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
No, don't
Please
re-educate me.
observe this helpful instructional video.
No.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person.
Oh.
But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice.
Did you just call me
Spend
Steven?
years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house.
Dang.
Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself
Oh,
speaking with
fish.
a person who
Okay.
does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their
Ice cream,
thought,
so good.
then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30?
My
I'm supposed
goodness,
to be
is it
having
4:30?
a back, sack, and crack."
What? My goodness, it's nearly 4:30. I'm supposed to be having a back sack and
Excellent.
crack.
Making choices on a regular basis is the best
that looks
part
fun.
to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world,
I do
just
wonder.
remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant.
Oh, well, that
and
makes
the
me feel
feeling
better.
should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Oh.
Wait,
where am I?
back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on
I'll
good
plug it back in.
decision-making,
I'll plug it
we're
back
going
in.
to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
All right. If you say so. Where are we going? Oh, we have to get back on the lift, huh? You even put a fence around it so I can't jump off the edge. Can I squeeze through here? Squeeze through! Nope, can't do it. I'm feeling awfully forced here, Mr. Narrator.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying.
But I need
Imagine
to.
the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all.
No.
We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Uh-oh. And back on. Oh, come on. Get all the way off. And back on. Do not jump for the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Fine. I'll do it your way. See if there's anywhere I can go that you'll let me. Ooh, wait. Wasn't I supposed to go through that door back there? Interesting. Oh, they're going to have me go all the way back to the
Almost
beginning?
there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Hooray!
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would.
I
that
am
means
Stanley
choosing
Bot.
responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
All right. No! I refuse! I can't be controlled.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Let me in, somewhere else. Let me through. Gonna force me again, huh? Well, back through. Come on, let me go somewhere. Oh, they're gonna force me. Fine, we'll go your way. Unless I can go backward. Okay. Oh, I thought maybe he would say something that I could run back. Oh.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And
Poor
what am I
guy.
supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do?
He's got some ennui going on.
No,
He's
I
lost his raison
I have to
d'etre.
shut the game down. I have to.
No, just let me go through that door.
I have to.
Come on. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound like a good noise. Let me out.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny?
I mean, a little
You just
bit.
had to see?
Yeah.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Aw.
That thought hadn't even occurred to
I'm
you,
a
had it?
bad
That there's a
Stanley.
world outside of you. You're a child.
No, you're a child.
My story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard.
Oh.
Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Oh,
That means
look, we're
choosing
back.
responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What'll I do? What'll I do? What'll I do? What'll I do? One more time. Let's see what happens, huh?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Oh.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
I mean, how many
I'm
times will
quite
he make
sure
me
you'll
do
be
it?
up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let me in.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Okay.
Behave exactly as
Fine,
Stanley
we'll
would.
go your
That
way.
means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
All
I'm
right,
quite
all
sure
right,
you'll
all right.
be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
I've got it. You're
All right.
omnipotent. I have no choice.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, I tried to get back out. Oh, pinched me shut. Okay. Well. Anything I can open? No, doesn't look like it. Fine, we'll go your way, Mr. Narrator.
Yet there was not a single person
Tips
here
for not
either.
getting fired. Talk
Feeling a
less.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to
Do
his
unbelievably
boss's
amazing
office,
work all the
hoping
time.
he might
No.
find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute. Let it all up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Oh, I love these presentations. They're so fun. Using slides to assure employees it said everything is okay. Use good graphics. This will ensure a calm and productive work environment. Oh, goodness gracious. How I hate slideshows. Everyone is unique. You most of all. It's so good. Oh, broom closet. Let me in the broom closet. Ooh, where are
Coming
we?
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ooh. Hello, Mr. Boss Man. I need a raise. I've been doing amazing work and not expecting any raises and not being fired. I've done everything you've wanted. Excuse me. Okay.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again
Business
stunned
strategy.
to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been
My voice
trained
is my
never to speak
passport.
up,
Verify
but now
me.
he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Did I now? I don't think Stanley can speak. Speak clearly into the receiver.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115.
Well, I would love to do that
He
if you
spoke
gave
it
me a
into
voice
the
box.
receiver, right there on the wall.
You gotta give me a voice box. I don't have one.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver.
Hey, I'm trying.
Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
This computer seems to have 0 I/O.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do.
I'm trying.
I asked you for
I'm
this
trying.
one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here?
You made
had a
me.
choice, you know. You
No,
could have
I
gone through the
didn't.
door on the right. You
I
could have
did.
done
A whole
whatever
bunch.
the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
Night Shark 115?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
trippy.
he entered the door on his left.
Very trippy.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door.
Uh-oh.
Are you listening to me?
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
Oh, poor guy.
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me?
Oh, this game is just so
That's fine. They're
clever.
both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something.
Oh, I can't even jump off the sides.
This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
Poor Stanley.
Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Poor narrator. Doesn't know what to do. Trapped in here forever with me. An unruly cat that can't be herded. Alright, let's see. I think we've got some more options we haven't done
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
yet. Ooh, look, there's a door open there. Awaiting input. How can I input something? Come on. There we go. Input received. Interesting.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Narrator. I've got more stuff to do on the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Did I?
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, all my admiration
Standing
has
now in this
run out.
incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh, I'm going to.
And so
Right.
he detoured through the maintenance
What
section,
is that?
walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
What is that? Down we go. What do we find down here?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track.
Exactly.
So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
Which way?
here
Come on, narrator.
it's, left.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Ah.
No, it's to the right. My
Okay.
mistake.
I'm coming.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the
Well,
right?
which way?
What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Let's see, we went down,
Need some
right,
elevator
left,
music.
down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. Let's go. Wait, there's a thing down there. I can almost see it, but... Oh, look at this.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
No.
Okay. We just have to get back to
What number were we? 427, right?
It's all
427,
rubbish
right
now.
down there.
The whole story completely unusable. How about rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
No, don't do it.
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track.
Aw.
Okay, from the top.
Ooh, somebody got fired. Ah, dang it. You restarted me again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is there more input to be done? I gotta look and see if there's more machines with awaiting input on them. I don't see any yet.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything
There's
should be...
too many
Or
doors.
did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or...
Not me.
Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote
That's
the
right.
story.
Don't ask me.
It was right here just a minute ago.
Yeah, make it
I know
happen.
for sure that it's
Come on,
here
Captain.
somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
All right, let's see. I'm thinking, well, we gotta go in a door that we haven't been in before. So let's just choose the first one on the right here. Run into the back rooms. Oh, how much time has passed? Not much time. Okay. All right. Yeah, see? Backrooms thinks they're so clever. Stanley Parable did it first. Changing pathways all over.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
Maybe.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh, I was having fun exploring.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I feel like I missed one of these awaiting inputs last time, but I didn't see it. Any computers awaiting input? I'd love to input something into you. Okay. Uh-oh.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
All right, let's go. I'm going to check all the doors now, though, because I don't trust you, Mr. Narrator. What's in there? Where's the story? It's been lost. I need a computer with input.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something.
What?
The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
I'm feeling like you're floundering here, man. What's going on?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what?
Uh-oh.
Since I've
I gave him
completely
dementia.
forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
I win!
Congratulations!
I did it! Yay me!
You've put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
Yay! I'll just sit here in the corner celebrating.
I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for
What?
that win. Some
I put in
people
tons of
were
work.
fair and square, and this was not one
I'm
of
gonna
those
bash you in the head with this
situations.
narrator.
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Restarting, because that never has negative consequences. Hey, look at this!
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Ooh.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Follow the yellow line. Follow, 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 follow the yellow line. Except for I gotta play with all the computers. Push the computer buttons. Ooh, it diverges. Hey, solitaire! Let me over there. I gotta get over there so I can play solitaire. Dang it. Okay. Fine, we'll follow your line.
You see? The line knows where the story is.
Nice.
It's over in this direction.
Well,
Onward, Stanley,
that's
to
good.
destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there?
I
Or
suppose
to put it
so.
another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Very meta.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
All right.
Now,
I'm
we
listening.
can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Perfect. Ooh, very jaunty. This game. It's the Stanley Parable. Stanley, 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 monthly ledgers, corporate imbalances, balance, motivation reports, department accounts. Stanley, 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 Stanley. All right.
Wait, cut the music.
No.
Go back and look at that fern.
What fern?
Stanley, this fern will be very important
Okay.
later in the story.
Got it.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully.
All right,
You won't want to miss
382
anything.
leaves. 74 stocks. I got it. Oh,
Wait, what?
Loop-de-loop.
We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Poor Lines got confused. Oh, look. Here we are again.
No, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Oh, poor guy. He's losing his mind. But we've got the adventure line back. Any inputs?
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
Yeah.
Why can't we make up our own
Of
story?
course.
Something exciting.
Yeah.
Daring, mysterious.
Let's do it.
Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Ooh. Okay, let's do it. Exploration time, Mr. Narrator. You and me.
Yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
Well, I think it
What
should
do
be
you want
Stanley
our
listed
story
first.
to
Stanley
be?
and I, not
Go
me and
wild.
Stanley.
Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
All right, let's do this. First thing, let's take a little bathroom break in the corner. All right, got it. Okay.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
That's right.
No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Oh, there it goes. It's gone. We're back to us. Just you and me, just the bros.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity.
All
In
right.
fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
All right, what if I walk backwards?
So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So
Absolutely.
starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
I thought we were
Since
exploring.
the
Come
answer
on.
is clearly yes, then by all
Let's go.
accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
Let's go.
Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits.
All right.
Oh, hold up. What's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes?
I mean, that's what the sign says.
all
Can't argue with the sign.
Determined? So now, according to the
After a
schedule, I
long time,
restart
Stanley
again. Then
dies.
what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this
Well, we can
thing
always break through it.
wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why
That's a good
don't I
question.
get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this.
Well,
I
what do
won't
you want?
restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it.
All
I
right.
won't do it.
Don't then. We'll just stay here.
And the timer stopped. Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
Might have.
The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How
Sure.
would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
And the
So-
heavens opened.
Okay.
Of course, it's a good idea.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
Sure.
I'm not quite sure
Can I
if we're
push
in the
the chair at least?
destination or the journey. Though they're
Oh,
always saying
come
that
on.
life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if
Nope. All right. Well, that didn't last long. Can't interact with any of the things in my office.
all of his co-workers were gone, what could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Uh-oh, we're back to this old plot, huh? Oh, look, awaiting input. Input received. 2 of 5. Excuse me. Okay, where are we going?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know what? I've done the right so many times. I think I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go. Left it is. To the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
All right, let's go. Oh, wait, look.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
But I want this wrench. How can I be like Gordon Freeman if I don't have a big monkey wrench?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Oh, come on. Who doesn't like a broom closet?
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way.
Yeah,
As it is,
let me interact
he's
with
literally
something.
just standing there doing sweet FA.
I want a wrench. How about a broom?
Are you
I have the
really
broom?
still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Because
Please offer me some explanation.
I won't
here.
be
I'm genuinely
puppeted
confused.
around, Mr. Puppeteer. I'm not your marionette. I do what I want. I got
You
no
do
strings.
realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
All right, well then don't. I can just sit here. Here, I'm gonna take a nap.
To you, this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Oh, will they?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Oh, I mean, that is an interesting part of the story.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
That's it. That's exactly what's
Well, in a
happened.
situation
Send
like
for
this,
help.
The responsible thing is to alert someone
Yeah.
nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Uh-oh. Well,
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species.
Uh-oh.
Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming.
Ooh, I
so
do love
that
a good
the
narrative
irony
trope.
and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
all right.
All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
But you gonna say anything else about me? I'm kind of curious to hear what you gotta say. I can't take the broom, huh? Can't take the wrench? All right, fine.
Ah, second player. It's good. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids.
Oh no.
Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Oh, come on. Don't be like that, Mr. Narrator. We can have lots of fun here in the broom closet. We'll play 7 minutes in heaven, just you and me, Mr. Narrator. No? You're not up for it? No? Still nothing. Okay, we'll just close the door and wait for the narrator to make a comment. No? Alright, fine. Be like that, Mr. Narrator. You don't want your 7 minutes in heaven? You don't have to have your 7 minutes in
Coming
heaven.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ooh, it's down here. Can I push the light? Nope.
But Stanley
Trippy.
just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that.
I mean, that
and in
is a
such a
fireable
competitive
offense.
economy, why had he taken that risk?
What the-
All because he
Look, I'm back
believed
here again.
everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley.
What?
Maybe,
What
he thought
occurred?
to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment.
I mean,
for
that does
no
sound
reason at
crazy.
all. None of it made any logical sense.
You
And
got
as
a good
Stanley
point there.
pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet
What?
when he looked down?
I don't have any feet.
Why did doors
They're
close
gone.
automatically behind him wherever he went?
Wait a minute.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were
Yeah.
they simply repeating?
Ah,
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words
What's
for it.
that?
I'm dreaming!
Oh,
Yeah.
that would make sense.
This is all a dream.
Whew. Pinch myself and wake
What
up.
relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an
Yeah,
explanation.
that makes sense.
His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Oh, good.
And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Nice.
So, he imagined himself flying
Oh.
and began to gently float above the
I guess that's
ground.
better. I was thinking maybe something a little more
Then he
PG-13.
imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all
What's
entered
that?
Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
What?
Why is there a voice in my head
Oh
dictating
my
everything
gosh,
that
and
I'm
why is he
doing and
British?
thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he
No,
thought.
that all tracks. I think
And
we're
while he
okay.
thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be?
What?
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if
Maybe.
he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Uh-oh.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream.
How
Did
did
the
I
voice
know
not
that?
see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that?
Yeah,
This
come on.
voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just...
If I could
He
what?
would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt
Wakey,
the
wakey,
cool weight of
Stanley.
the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want.
Especially the
I
semicolon.
want
It's such
my
a good button
apartment
to push.
And my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Will it?
I am okay.
Oh, phew. Good thing I woke up and it was all a dream, and I'm not where I just was.
Stanley began screaming.
No!
Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a
Someone
boss. I
help
have an
me.
office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh. Poor Stanley.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, And in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
Yeah, you gotta get to that
She had no
meeting.
time for this. So it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
This game, I love all the branches that they wrote for it. It's just so excellent. Oh, I'm back. Ba, 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 ba.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Any more inputs to be done? Gotta check all the computers. Sometimes they got an input awaiting.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know, I did remember one thing I didn't do
This
on the
was
right,
not
though.
the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Well, you keep talking about my wife, and I
Stanley
haven't seen
felt
her yet.
lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean,
Yeah.
truly, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I got stuff to do over here, man.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I mean, that is amazing.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
What do you mean?
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Who is that?
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who's her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
But I'm so nervous.
Reach out to her.
I haven't talked to her in
If
so
you can
long.
truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Let's do it. Who's there? Look, 427.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Oh,
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Gotcha.
Aw.
Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something.
No one
Come
cares
inside.
about you.
Let me show you what's really going on here.
No, I refuse.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
So rude, forced me to do things. Oh, I can't get back out. Oh,
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
oh. Press Q on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Harsh. Oh, hey, Erica, how's it going? National Ground Day reference, yep. Oh, I gotta
Look
push
at him
J.
there,
I
pushing
didn't notice
buttons,
Erica till just
doing
now.
exactly
Nice
what
to
he's
see
told
you.
to do.
It's been a while since
Now
we
he's
chatted.
pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work.
Oh no!
One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Press O.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown.
Like what?
Fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Well, that's a little morbid.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world,
my house is
he
slowly
began to fill
turning
it
into
with
my
many
office.
possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby.
Oh, that was my
and
favorite.
He called it the Stanley Parable.
Press B to tell kids a
It
story.
was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
I mean, I gotta know. I gotta explore.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be?
Uh-oh.
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Oh, I see you reverse psychologying me. No, I can't do it. If I listen, then I'm obeying him. But if I push the button, then I'm obeying the screen. No, what to do? Fine, I'll push it.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
A mirror?
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see.
Maybe, but
this
I'm not so bright.
And I tried again.
Please die.
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again.
Press F to
And
die?
Stanley
Press
pushed
X
a
to
button.
die?
And I
Oh, I died. Now where will I be? Oh, I'm in the office. Yay, my favorite place. Okay.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Oh, I want to see weather so bad. Any inputs? No, still not seeing any inputs unless there's a door open.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his... This was not the
I
correct
remembered
way to
another
the
thing I
meeting
wanted
room,
to do
and
over
Stanley
here.
knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I had to check something else out.
The
over here.
lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too much, but eager to get back to
Okay, we're
business.
gonna do one more thing
Stanley
over
took
here.
the first open
And
door
then I'm
on
gonna
his
go
left.
to the left and do what they say. But first, I gotta check this out.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
All
Look,
right,
Stanley,
here we go.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something.
know.
Do you have zero
I really do.
consideration for others?
I'm just
Are you
inconsiderate.
that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
No, I want to know what the door
I
is
don't know
that I
how
didn't
to
go through
convince you of
before.
this, but I really do want to help you.
All right,
to show
fine.
you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on
All
your
right.
side.
'Kay.
Give me a chance.
All right.
Now listen carefully. This is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I'll do what you say, man. Here you go.
Oh,
'Cause I
thank
didn't do it
God you
before.
are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I want it to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped.
All right.
And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
All right, what is it? Ooh. What do you got for me, Mr. Narrator?
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Ooh.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place.
Ooh, look, colorful
Stanley,
lights.
I think I feel happy.
Oh,
I
are you
actually
now?
feel happy.
Okay. Well, let's look at the light show. It's the Happy Happy Color Show. Ooh, ah. Reminds me of the Age of Rhyme in Mist. Got the lightning color show. All right, is this it, Mr. Narrator? Oh, you got something for me. Here we go. Now, those ones are especially good. They're like firecrackers. All right, I'm done. Enough of your colorful room, Mr. Narrator.
No, wait.
No.
Where are you going?
What do you mean? I was going to go through this hallway. But do you want me to go back?
Right. Where were we?
I mean, we were right here staring at the lights. But then I was going to go out this way. Ooh, what's this down in the corner? Oh, a little picture.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll
Oh.
lose all of this.
Well, then I apologize. I'll go this way. Do you have more for me out here, Mr. Narrator?
Good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there.
Oh,
Just
now I
stay
kind of want to.
here.
You gotta stop telling me what to do. It makes me want to do the opposite.
No. What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
Oh, come on.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die.
Will I, though?
What about this isn't getting through to you?
Or do I have, like, shell boots on
Please,
from
no,
Portal? and I'm
Stanley,
just
let
gonna
me
land?
stay here. Don't take this from me.
But... I'll be fine. Look, I'm just gonna take one little jump, and then we'll go back.
Oh!
See? I'm fine.
Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we... There. See?
Yeah.
This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving,
Stop
we just
moving.
have to stop moving.
You want me just to hold still for forever? I don't know, Mr. Narrator. That sounds pretty boring.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
Will I go back one more time? See, you didn't even praise me for it. Why would I do things? You're not even going to praise me for it, so, you know, just go back. Up the ominous stairs we go.
No, what do you do? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
I mean, what if I don't jump off that way? What if I jump off this way? Maybe I can land on the stairs and not die. Oh.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for
Fine.
me?
One more time, just for you, Mr. Narrator.
Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
Alright, but just because you asked nice.
I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
What if I leave backwards, though? Then it's almost like I stayed, right?
No, perhaps not.
No. Back in? Nope, nothing, huh? Alright. Well, you forced my hand, Mr. Narrator. Unless you constantly praise me, I will just, you know, fall off a cliff. Here we go.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? But you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to
maybe.
kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Pretty much.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Darn tootin'. Whoa! Oh,
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
poor narrator. Just can't get what he wants. I
All
keep
of his
forcing his
co-workers were
hand.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm looking for input. I know that these computers sometimes say awaiting input, but I don't see one now.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know what? Just for you. Since you were so heartbroken last time, I'll do what you say.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Alright. Now
Feeling
you want me
a
to go to the
wave
boss,
of
right?
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
Got it.
hoping he might find an answer there.
One more broom closet.
Oh,
Drip.
no. Oh, no, 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 not again. I won't be part of this. I'm
What?
not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room.
Aw.
Please take your time.
You don't want to join me in here, huh, Mr. Narrator? Alright, fine. We'll go back. We'll do it your way. Alright.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Here we go, Mr. Boss. Executive bathroom? Aw. I wanted to use the executive bathroom. Oh, look, awaiting input. Input received, 3 of 5.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
What's that?
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
That's true. I guess I can't put it in because I don't know the code. I just have to look around for clues. What could
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
No, I'm looking for
Trying
clues.
to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
That's true. You know what I bet it is? Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to press that. Well, 2. It's all 2s. My boss likes 2s.
2845.
Maybe I could spell like boss. Boss. That's as close as I can get to boss.
Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad.
That's right.
Knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination.
Oh, come on.
If he
Every
knew
boss
that the
goes.
combo forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
All 0s. No. 8675309. All right. Here you go. Ooh, an ominous elevator. What do we find down here? Nothing good.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's just escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, The truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Don't patronize me. I'll be fine.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
But I don't wanna.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Exactly. Here we go. To my doom. Oh, there we go. And I died. Oh no, I'm not dead. Look. I'm alive. Ha!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story.
What is the real story?
In his narrow vision of what this world is.
Well, tell me then.
Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Whoa! Where am I? What's
And
in
yet
here?
it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
This is my favorite ending.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
This is the museum ending, and it's my favorite one. It's so good. You can wander around the museum and see all the little bits of the game. Is there an input in here somewhere? I don't know. Oh yeah, push all the buttons. Credits, nice. Who's the narrator? Where? Oh, Kevin Brighting. Well done, Kevin Brighting. You're an excellent narrator. Let's see what we have here. The maintenance room, an earlier version. Nice. Ooh, it's so big. The museum is so gorgeous. A war zone. Ooh. Design and ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. Oh, I want to do that. The alien base. Am I going crazy? The green light. It was green lit in 2012. Nice. Yeah, I can't believe that this game is 10 years old already. That's great. Narrator emails. 1112-800, huh? What is that? 1112-800. Okay. How about in here? We got the lounge, an earlier version of the lounge, very empty. A cargo lift. Oh. Another cargo lift. Excellent. Oh, the phone. What's that counting down to? Oh, a different ending if you don't pick up the phone. Okay. The maintenance layout. Okay. Meeting room. Always nice. What's in here? The Zending levers. Originally part of the Zending. Narrator would describe whatever lever they had pulled. Can I pull them? Oh, come on. Zending. The screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, where the was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Okay. Anything else in here? Ooh. Countdown desk. Fancy. The monitor room elevator. Excellent. Countdown room. Ooh, look at the exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I gotta try it. What's it gonna do?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Who are you, lady?
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
How?
Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time choose.
Yeah. Gruesome. Well, that ending was less than pleasant. Hello? Stanley? 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 Is it really not going to restart for me? Resume the game. Begin the game again. Come on. Oh, come on. You can do it. Fine. We'll say begin again. See what happens. Is it really the beginning, though?
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand.
That doesn't look
It was
like
only
it.
a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Phew, excuse me. Ooh. Ooh, had the sneezes there. It's alright. Okay. Ooh, the end is never the end. Seems creepy. Gotta push all the buttons. What else can I
When
do?
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know what? Let's do it. Let's go up to the boss's office. Let's try something there. that we didn't
Yet
try
there was not
before.
a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Can't go in the broom closet, huh? All right, if you say so.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Will you let me use the bathroom now? I mean, it's been an hour and a half. I gotta use the bathroom. Oh, thank you. I've got the feeling money is for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say that's a lovely purse. Okay. Extreme bathrooms. Nice. I'm not sure I've ever been in here before. That's funny. Okay. Well, that was totally worth it. How about here? Can I go in here now? Ooh, I can, but let's check this computer first. Alright. What's in here? Graphs. Oh, this game. Even just this piece of art. I love it so much. Okay. Here we go. What will we find down the ominous elevator? Ooh, lovely, lovely music. This is my jam. Maybe we'll do a little dance move. Two, three, four. Oh yeah. It's the music of the century. Ba, chooka, ooh, ooh, ah. Ooh, what's that about? It's like a watermark almost. All right. No. No. Wait, it didn't go anywhere. Can we go up? Do I have to start over again? How do you get out of here? Come on, this has got to go somewhere, right? Up. Up more. Even more. Hey, that's the same floor, man. You're cheating me. Down. How about down? There we go. Fine. If you say so. There's nothing in here. Got it.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Aww.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
All right. Ooh. Can I answer the phone? We gonna get some Kenny G in the background?
Feeling
I'll play this.
soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Ooh, that... Alright, could I have fallen down there? Kind of looked like I could have, but maybe not. Down we go to the mind control facility. But first, let's go into the other hallway so that he at least threatens us.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
All right, then back we
Of course,
go.
Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Phew! All right, mind control.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Yeah.
Stanley thought to himself.
It's gotta be
Did he
something
have
bad.
the strength to find out?
I don't know. What's over here?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Hey, that's my
Stanley's
office right
co-workers.
there.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a
See
screen.
anybody interesting in
And
here?
Stanley, one of them, eternally
That's
monitored
interesting.
in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Looks like they've got some repetition. All right. Yeah, see, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It repeats on the 7th one, it looks like.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had
No.
Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Soylent
Was this the only
facilities
reason he was
monitor
happy with his
people.
boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I mean, I kind of did work for a big tech
No.
place that
He
was
refused
Big
to
Brother
believe it.
watching
He
everybody.
couldn't
So,
accept
you know,
it. His own
employee
life
pirate,
in
what?
someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I mean, there's a good chance.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
How would I do that? Ooh, what's up here? Can I not go up here? Oh, I can. Okay. I thought it was locked. What'll this do? Looks like, oh, the number 4, huh? Okay. So 4 is way up there. I saw 1 and a 2 off on the left side. Does this door do anything? Alright. 1 and a 2 are on the left. There's a 5 over here. Where's the 3, though? I haven't seen a 3 yet. Or maybe... Yeah, well, look. 1, 2, 4's up there. Where's the 3? I think you've hidden the 3 from me, good sir. Mind controls idle, awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Sure, let's try it. What did I do? Can't see anything.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine! Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
All good
what
questions.
other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps
I'm
the
free!
only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Wait, you're telling me to step through the open door. Alright, let's go.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Oh, isn't that sweet? But is that really the end? I mean, we only got 4 out of the 5 inputs, right? So there's clearly one more. Where would that final input be?
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
All right. If you say so.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
All right. Just another quick peek in the bathroom. All right. Oh, look. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Money crisp. Like Cookie Crisp. Okay, got it. Hey, close behind me. Any input in there? No. Let's double check in here. Make sure this doesn't do something different this time. I mean, it feels like this should do something different, but I don't know. It just seems to not do anything. I think I'm missing a secret here. All right.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Alright, cool. Here we go. Down again. Quelle surprise. But what's going to happen down here?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Pushing all the buttons, because that's how I do.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
And what can I do differently is the big question.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh no.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Why are those numbers packed
Was this
up
the only
there?
reason he was
197.
happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Of course.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
Never.
It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Well, let's find out.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over
not this
another
time.
human life.
This time I decided
For he...
I will be in control of everything.
Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Oh, I did.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself?
Yep.
Is that what you wanted?
That's right.
Control?
Loading mind control system. I'm going to control
Stanley,
you, Mr. Narrator.
I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do.
Okay.
You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that.
Yeah?
I'm afraid
Like
you don't
what?
have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Uh-oh.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode.
I still don't know where number
eliminating the
3 is.
entire
Oh, there's number
complex.
3. I found it.
How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
yeah.
It's your time to shine.
Okay.
You are the star. It's your story now.
Oh,
Shape
locked
it
it.
to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off.
Oh,
But
no.
what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means.
How do I make it light
barely know
blue?
where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But
Oh,
I'm
no.
enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why
Oh,
not?
thank you.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
What?
I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These
What, two?
numbered buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that,
I
Stanley?
need a purple button.
That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
None whatsoever.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death.
No.
You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
No.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
No. Oh. Well, that didn't end well. Back to the beginning. Anything on my computer? Oh, look. Awaiting input. It's the final input. Input received. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. Ooh. I got buttons everywhere. All the buttons I could ever want. Push all the buttons. Push the buttons. Oh, we're going to push all these buttons. Just push them all. We'll do the middle row. Push all the buttons, yeah. Come on. Buttons. Come on, we gotta push them all. Get them all. We're getting there. We're getting there. Go faster. Push the buttons. Look at this bottom row. I'm also trying to get the top row at the same time. Oh, come on, we can do it. Get all the buttons. Get all the buttons. Get all the buttons. Are they turning back on? No. You just turn them back on. No. How do I could never push all the buttons because they just turn back on for forever. Ooh, Josh says climb desk 434 and jump out of the window. I don't think I've ever done that. But I think I might be stuck here, so I think I've got to begin the game again. So let's try this suggestion that Josh had. 434, huh?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
434.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Maybe I did it wrong. Yeah, I'm not sure I can climb 434 on this iteration, Josh. Any other suggestions? Maybe I didn't see your suggestions soon enough, and that's the problem. All right, 433. Oh, 434. Oh, maybe I can climb it. Oh, can I go out the window? Oh, wow. Josh, I never knew about that. That's cool.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
What?
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural
Excellent suggestion,
narrative
Josh. I'd never
tropes.
done this one.
So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
So unique.
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Excellent gag. I like it. Oh, am I sick? Yes or no? No, it's great. What are you talking about?
Then in that case, we'll continue.
Excellent.
But now, here comes the real question.
What?
What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different?
That's a question.
Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place.
I'm not sure now.
Now,
You're
think
messing with
about
my
it.
mind.
Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration?
Oh, no,
and this
I don't
is
know.
rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one?
No, does it let me
Imagine
choose?
if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones.
I am
Though
indeed.
If the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky.
Oh,
Well now,
harsh.
I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No! I'm stuck here forever. Can I run away? Run away! No, looks like I'm... Oh, I was like stuck on something there. Interesting. Maybe there's like a little sign. Alright, I think I'm stuck here. Gotta restart. Back to the beginning yet again. Oh, input. Oh, just goes to Stanley Heaven. I'm sorry, no, I don't want to go back to Stanley Heaven. I don't like Stanley Heaven. Alright, whew.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I don't know.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Well, I think we may have exhausted all the options that I'm aware of anyway.
Stanley came
And then
to a
Josh
set
gave
of
us
two open doors.
an example
He
that I
entered the
didn't even
door on
know.
his left.
So, thanks for that, Josh. That was awesome. I hadn't seen that one before. But if you haven't played the Stanley Parable, it's an excellent little game.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
I mean, I wouldn't say it
Feeling a wave of
revolutionized the gaming
disbelief,
industry, but it
Stanley
definitely shook it
decided
up.
to go
It
up
was
to his boss's
such a
office.
different
Hoping he'd come
sort of
into a
game,
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs
that
to his boss's office.
It really changed a lot of things. It broke the fourth wall in ways that hadn't been done before. And yeah, I think it's a fantastic game, well worth playing, and there's a sequel coming out. I don't know exactly when it was coming out. I probably should have checked that before I started playing this game. But it should be coming out soon. So, check out the Stanley Parable. But if this isn't your jam, then come on back. I've been playing a Halloween marathon during the month of October, so I'm playing Halloween games every day. And I'm bound to find something that you're going to like. So until then, catch you later. Cheers.